So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
What's up, everybody? We just watched an entertaining fucking game. Like, there's nothing to be mad at. Like, I see already Hot Take Harry's out there on Twitter complaining about the rotations and shit. Listen, there's nothing to be mad at. Like, there was no reason for the Heat to have to take these motherfuckers into overtime, right? Joel Embiid with 39, 40 minutes like it's a playoff game. You know what? Like, you got to look at this game, and yes, there are some things to complain about when it comes to the refs and the carry from Embiid and Isaiah Joe making crazy three-pointers and Matthias looking like a fucking Quaker making random-ass threes. Like, there's some shit that went crazy, but for the most part, like, you got to really be proud of these guys, especially the young guys stepping up like crazy. Gabe Vincent, Tyler Herro, Precious Achiuwa. Like, there's a lot of really good things to take away from this game, and it was a lot of fun. Like, you guys cannot pretend like you did not enjoy this game. So go ahead and pan out, Brass. Let's introduce the panel. All right. Brass, what's happening? What are you drinking tonight, Brass?
Oh, I got some Don Q. Got a nice bottle of Don Q.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. I'm drinking vodka tonight. I need to check our record when I drink vodka. That might be something I need to work on. But I can't have dark liquor all the time because there's nobody to fight during quarantine, and dark liquor makes me want to fight. So I just end up punching walls and stuff. Parrish. So we got Parrish for the first time on Hangover Time. Dark-skinned producer from the Almighty Light-Skinned Opinions podcast. What's going on, Parrish? What are you drinking?
What up? Keeping it classy. Got a little Kahlua and Coke.
Kahlua and Coke. Okay.
Hey.
All right. I didn't know adults drink Kahlua.
The Englishman, baby. You don't know nothing about that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry.
Put me on game. Put me on game, please. Like,
that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here
for. I'm trying to be grown my damn self. All right, we got underneath Parrish, we got Moose. Moose, what are you drinking tonight? You had a big drip drop game, Moose.
What's going on, people? We're not celebrating a victory, but shit, I'm going to celebrate a great game by Tyler Herro, my boy Drip Drop, with, as always, my monkey shoulder whiskey on brand. Let's do this.
That monkey paw shit.
Monkey shoulder, baby.
That's bad. Deal. Have we won a game when you drank that monkey paw bad luck shit?
Yeah. We've won. We've lost. We've done a lot of things.
I don't think this season has any jinxes to it. Tiffany, yes. Over in the corner, what are you drinking tonight?
Taking it back to my Midwestern roots. I got some Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Yeah. And I'm rocking my and I'm rocking my Johnny Cash shirt.
Okay. I'm just saying, are you doing bad with the Bud Light? You need money? Like, what's going on?
Nah, look at this. I look like I need money.
I'm just saying.
She doesn't have to drink the hard shit when Mo doesn't hit the floor.
Exactly. She needs Tito's when Mo plays. And then we have our special guest, my man, Mr. Ryan Cortes. Ryan has been such a big supporter and help through my bullshit shitty South Florida local career. I love you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We keep saying you work for ESPN, but you kind of don't. But it doesn't matter. We just do it for the clicks. Thank you, Ryan, for coming on. What are you drinking tonight?
No, I mean, that's Navas, bro. Like, he misspelled my name. He got my job wrong. I've known Navas for years. He's a friend of mine. He knows I don't. No shade to ESPN. I love ESPN. I don't work for ESPN. My boss is Eric Rideholm. He knows that. You guys know that. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Heat Propaganda, which is water. Bud Light, I was not expecting. Is Moose getting a deal for the whiskey, or are you just drinking shitty whiskey for the hell of it?
Working on it. No. Working on it. Everything here is brand.
You don't have a deal. You're just drinking shitty whiskey by choice.
Just working on it. Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to get a deal. If you know anyone.
Going back to G and his typo, we were so impressed he was able to spell ESPN. So we didn't even know.
The thing with G is he's got so much Stugatz in him now that if he spelled it correctly, and he has in the past certain sensitive tweets, he's gotten all the words right. Like, it's not as fun. Like, you sort of, it's like Stugatz, like you want him to misspell, you want him to fuck up. And so I almost, it's to the point now, I guess my point is, I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, because it's almost shtick that he's messing everything up. So Navas is a key to your guys.
No, he dead ass got it wrong. He dead ass.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like it's in your @ spelled correctly, which is wild to me. That's the part
that
I don't get.
My name is spelled correctly. Yes, thank you, Alf.
Yeah, like you spelled your own name correctly. It's in your @ and then somehow he still put a Z on it. Like he honestly, it's a gift. Like it's a gift to spell that poorly. Yet no, we're not going to leave you alone, Johnny. You're kicked off the show, but you're here in spirit. So the Heat lose by 3 in overtime to the vaunted Philadelphia 76ers. Ryan, I know you love interacting with Sixers fans. Like this is a dub on the timeline tonight, right?
Yeah, we were talking before. I don't want this podcast to mention this as a loss at all. If you do, I'm leaving. Tonight was a win. If you're a Sixers fan, you should be embarrassed. This was pathetic. You know, you had Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid out there, and Ben Simmons, as usual, just like threw up on himself. Like Bomani has said for years, like that obviously the two of them don't play well together, and that when one of them's on the court, like they have success, and when they both are on the court, they struggle, and that has bared itself out. And like what happened to Ben Simmons tonight was embarrassing, and that's my takeaway. Like to me, we watched the end of the game together. We watched overtime together, and you guys saw my face. Like I smiled the way I would as if we won. You know, like to me, it felt like a win. And, you know, we had 8 players. I'm on record. I don't think the game should have been played tonight with everything going on. Like it's just not fair to them. And it's been a weird year. Like I'm not as locked in as I was last year. Like I feel bad for the players, frankly. Like I care about their health. So tonight was weird, but tonight was a win is what I want to say.
Moose. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait to go to you because there's some drip drop. Stuck. Honestly, you got me calling this motherfucker drip drop, and I'm upset at you.
That's gonna stick, bro. I like that drip drop. That's good.
There you go, baby. Parrish, I like you.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I like
Parrish is the first person to come on this show and co-sign drip drop for you.
Oh, I like it.
You had to.
That's
I'm
sick,
so
bro.
pissed we weren't recording because the second Parrish was asking like it was fantastic.
Drop?
Who is drip drop? And as soon as he said that, Tyler hit the 3-and-1.
Yeah,
it was like that's fucking drip drop.
Unbelievable.
That's it. Yeah, it's got to stick after that. I mean, it's it.
But Tiff, talk about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons had 2 shot attempts. I mean, he shot 100% from the field, which you know, for the analytics crowd, the man was 100%. He shot 2 of 2, and he had 6 fouls. So he had less shot attempts than fouls in a game where his team only had 8 active players. Like, what is wrong with Ben Simmons? Like, what is going on there?
I mean, I think it's a couple of things, but one, I think there's really something wrong with that leg. He doesn't look as explosive as he did last year. I think that's one thing. 2, he just doesn't want to shoot. That's it. Like, he doesn't want to. And at some point, what are you going to do with a player that only wants to run the floor but doesn't shoot? So if you're not shooting, then, you know, fat ass Embiid can't get the easy buckets that he wants to get. So how are you going to balance it out?
I mean, fat ass Embiid got some buckets tonight, though.
Well, he did, but was Ben on the floor?
No.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Because he became the focal point of the offense.
Yeah, listen, and we'll get more into the Sixers later. There's a lot of things to talk. Like that shit is damaged, man. But I want to talk about, and before I get to drip drop, I'm gonna go to Parrish. Precious, I keep saying his name wrong. Achua, double tonight in his first start as a pro, going up against Joel Embiid. I mean, 17, 13, and 3. Couple times he brought the ball up the floor, battling for offensive rebounds. Like, what more can you say about Precious? Like, looking at him tonight, like, do the Heat have another Bam on their bench? Because that's what I've been saying. The Heat have 2 Bams.
I mean, my guy was balling. He's got to do it in more games than one. But, I mean, he played his ass off, and his dreads was bouncing, looking good. Like, what else can you say about him? And he did his thing today. He knew he was starting, so he was like, I'm going to get pretty, and he did his thing.
Them dreads was flowing on some IG influencer shit. Like, I want to know what leave-in conditioner he's using. But before we go to Moose, the drip drop king, I believe, yeah, there we go. Here it is.
Drip drop. Let's go. I don't even want to just talk about that one. First of all, how much time have we got? We got all night. Fuck it. Listen.
Your dog is
it's
freaking
not-
the fuck out right now, dude. Just so you know.
No, she's used to this. All right. You should have seen her during the finals run. It's not only the dunk that he had there. For me, the play of the game was dishing it to Precious Achiuwa right there at the end for the alley-oop. That was, I mean, he would not have made that play, let's say, a month ago. You know, like that just goes to show you the progression that he's been making throughout the season. And then, you know, silky smooth jumper, drip drop. That's all it is. Now, the final play, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that final play. We're just going to celebrate his game tonight. I think it was a big step forward for him. I think he will learn from tonight. And I don't know how you can watch that game tonight and just not come away thinking, man, this guy's special. Like, we got something here, and his name is fucking Drip Drop. Let's go!
I don't know. If I could just step in real quick. I don't know. Did you see Harden's highlight tonight, though, Alex?
Do you have that? Yeah. Yeah, that guy needs to drip drop like 200 pounds.
I'm not gonna let you guys body shame James Harden. He looked fine to me. He can still drain a three on you, like just looking fine.
I know this is my first time.
Inspiration, man. He's an inspiration. I'll give him.
This is my first time here, but can we start a drinking game on Hangover Time? Every time we hear drip drop, we take a drink. Okay,
there we go. Hit us with a drip drop.
I love
Boost, that's you. Hit us with a
Yeah,
drip
do you
drop.
not know how the show works? Like, give him a payoff.
I thought you were talking in the comments.
There we go.
We're gonna die.
I just like that James Harden looks like your uncle at a fish fry. That shit was wild to me. Like, he looks like a passer on his day off. He literally looks like Al Sharpton used to do doing what he was protesting in the 80s. Tell me that ain't Al Sharpton protesting in the 80s.
All right, I'm gonna pause this because Harden's gonna be on our team, so I'm just gonna interject. We're not. Instead, let's do some Wawa slander that I've been wanting to get off my chest. Is that okay? So Wawa, I'm disgusted with these people with Wawa because the thing with Wawa that they want to sell you on, and it's like this like glorified gas station in 7-Eleven, and we know, and it's like, oh, congrats, like you figured it out. It's like, oh, it's a hoagie. You could go order a hoagie. What the fuck is a hoagie? Like, it's if you go to Publix, you could go order a Publix sub, a chicken tender sub. You could order like ham croqueta. You can get good stuff, and it goes for New York too, someplace that I live. Like this obsession with bodegas, this obsession with Wawa. Congrats, man. Like, you found a gas station that's open a lot. Like, congrats, man. Like, it has Slurpees and Coke and cookies and chips and shitty sandwiches. Like, congrats. Like, that's your city, really, Philly? And like Ben Simmons fouling out. So go ahead, Alf. I just wanted to interrupt for that.
No, that was absolutely perfect because
it needed to be said. Thank you.
It needed to be said because the Wawa. Like, listen, I enjoy Wawa a little bit. At like 3 o'clock in the morning when you're drunk as fuck, like a steamed sloppy just Philly cheesesteak sub. It's like, it's all right, it's decent. But like people like be bigging it up like, oh, it's the only place you can go get a sandwich, a soda, and gas. Bitch, that's every gas station in Miami. I get a whole fucking hot plate lunch at every gas. If I go in Doral, I'm gonna have some of the best fucking Cuban food I've ever had at a gas station. So, like, people,
of course, what you described as a necessity is merely a gas station, is merely a 7-Eleven. Like, you're drunk at 3 a.m., you appreciate that something's open. That's what Wawa is. Like, that's your crown jewel. Like, congrats on that, Philly.
Like, honestly, who's eating Wawa for lunch? Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know people who just go to Wawa and have one of them hoagies for like a regular ass lunch. Like, I've actually never had Wawa sober. Has anyone eaten Wawa sober?
I have on a road trip. So I know a friend that works at ESPN. They're from Philly, and I'm like, what's the thing to get there besides this stupid hoagie? You know what they told me? Like, pink lemonade. Lemonade. Like, that's the big deal. And no, I didn't order it. Like, I don't care. So I stopped. I peed in their restaurant because it's, a gas station like it is. And I left.
That's what you do at a gas station. Yeah.
I just love the fact you're shitting on Philly with this. You're like, thanks, Philly, for your fucking Wawa.
Am I wrong for that? Isn't Philly?
You should have smeared shit on the wall like a Capitol protester.
Well, but Philly dudes be out here like, yo, Wawa's the shit. Like, I had my man who worked for me. He was from Philly, and he was like, y'all don't got Wawa down here? I'm like, nah, we got 7-Eleven, Circle K. We got other shit. He's like, oh, you need. And then Wawa came, and I was like, this is it. This is what you was hyping up so fucking hard.
We got
Like
Sedano's and Albertsons. Like it's really it's the same shit.
Wah.
Wah for real.
Hey, y'all still got Albertsons up there? Albertsons is dying like a motherfucker.
Is that where they got Albertsons at?
That's what I'm saying. Where's the Albertsons at, son?
In my head, it's still there. Somewhere
All
it
right,
still
yeah.
exists. Like Albertsons is legit. It's more legit than fucking Wawa. They have a pharmacy. Like you can get medicine there as opposed to your shitty sandwich.
Welcome to Small Business Beat, where we discuss where you can get your gas and your sandwiches after a shitty game for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Should that game have been played?
No.
No.
Can we get y'all want to get into that?
Yeah.
Y'all want to get into that because legitimately there's a problem in the NBA right now. And honestly, I enjoyed that game. I did. It was a fun thing. Like it was like a summer league game. And one thing I'm gonna shout out Ethan Skolnick for saying this. This season is the one that might need an asterisk. Cause this shit is fraudulent as fuck, man. I can't even set a fucking fantasy lineup. Like Tiffany, like what is this product that we're seeing night after night? It's certified trash for the most part.
Honestly, you're just seeing a product that's representative of the United States right now.
Yes.
Like, let's
Amen.
be, if you really want to like rip it apart, it's just the combination of everything that's happening. Schools are open. So
I mean, isn't this just a get to the money situation?
Money over everything.
Everything. That's why everything is wide open. Like
That's what Mo Harkless stands for. Money over everything. Sorry. I threw Tiffany off completely with that
Brass, wah wah.
Everybody off with that one. Sound out the name. Come on.
You thought that helped her, like, illuminate her point? That
I did. I was trying to help, and I threw her off. My bad. I threw you off your game. Every time Mo comes up, Tiffany gets thrown. I'm my bad. Go ahead, Tiff.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, realistically, like I teach in a school. My wife is a principal of a different school. So guess what? Every other day, classes are locked down. People are getting sent home. Kids are getting sent home, and we just keep forging on because it's a business. This whole country is a business. It was set up to be a business, and for everybody else to work their asses off. That's it.
Moose, one of the things we talked about in the pregame show is like you're asking these guys to go out every night, risk their health, because we can keep saying that people under 40, it doesn't really affect them, but then we find out they got long-term heart defects and blah blah. And then you turn around because you had a shitty plan in the first place, and now you say no visitors on the road. You can't leave your house when you get home. So basically, you're on house arrest. Even though you could still get COVID during a game, even though they said the CDC try to say you have to be close to somebody for 15 minutes, completely antithetical to everything we've learned about COVID, right? So now they're just pulling back. They're pulling back all the basic normal human liberties they've given to the players and saying you can't do this, can't do that. The players are still going to get COVID because the way the NBA is set up with 15-man rosters, indoor games, you're still traveling. Like, what is the NBA just saving face at this point, or do they really think that these new restrictions are going to have any kind of impact?
Listen, I think at this point the NBA is saving face a little bit. We came into the year after the bubble last year. I think everyone was looking at the NBA as kind of like the standard for how to handle all of this, and they actually had another advantage as opposed to the other leagues. They got to watch a little bit of the MLB and the NFL and even the MLS and see how their season was going and kind of tailor their own rules for the upcoming year based off that. And unfortunately, they completely botched it.
I thought my bad, not to cut you off. I thought the players actually chose not to be in a bubble this year.
They did.
Yes, they did. The league
there's no controlling it.
So isn't that on them though?
If you want to be in the general population, then this is what happens. Because there's no avoidance of it. You're still going to your house. Anyone that lives in your house goes elsewhere, comes back. So it's unavoidable at this point. And
So
Go ahead.
My bad. I guess my question would be then. So, are you saying that the NBA should just step above all? That and be like, if we're not gonna do a bubble, we just shouldn't have a season. The NBA should just step in and be like, we're just not gonna do it at all. Then.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
But I don't own a team.
That's a lot of morality you guys are putting on the NBA, man.
Yeah,
No, it's not, but it's every business.
Right.
The NBA tried, and to their credit, like I really believe that they really thought about all of the rules and everything that they were going to do about it. Like I think they had good intentions, but this is something that is you can't plan for it. Like you guys were in the middle of a global pandemic, and the only way to do this that we saw was the bubble. And now you're going to try and fly all over the place and like you said, be mingling with people outside of your inner circle. Like how did we kind of expected this?
Well, speaking of what the Heat were limited to tonight because of this global pandemic and contact tracing, I believe Brass has something for us here. The Heat. He warned me that this was a bad Photoshop.
I just tried to get it in, man. It
That's
was
pretty damn.
fourth quarter. I'm like, I got to do something.
That's good on short notice, man.
He was like, overtime starting. I got 5 more minutes.
I will say the Precious one was brilliant. That one looked great.
So honestly, I gotta be honest real quick. That I had that as Gabe, and then they went to overtime. Like, oh shit, Precious is really balling out. So let me. I gotta swap them.
Nice.
Ryan, from your point of view, like we've in the DMs when we've been talking back and forth, you have not been feeling very good about even just doing this show, just because you just don't feel good about the fact that they're playing in the first place. And one thing I told you, we're gonna have a good time regardless. You know what I mean? Like we all recognize the gravity of the situation, the pandemic, but at the same time, they're gonna do their jobs, we're gonna do our job, and we're gonna try to make this fun for the fans. Like I've said, after too many games this season, it's hard to take anything away from this, right? Because the Heat had like 4 days off between seasons. It's been a complete shit show. Like overall, what are your impressions of even playing this season beyond just this game, just this whole season, which has been so just all over the place?
Yeah, no, I mean, like talking to me off air, just how I feel. And to be honest, like I heard a podcast Zach Lowe and Woj did today that came out a few hours ago that sort of like gave me some clarity on some of it. And like Christian Hernandez, who works for this network, who I respect and has a lot of great info, and a lot of people have just talked about teams wanting a pause and feeling like everybody's like, let's just take 7 to 10 days and pause. And Woj was on SportsCenter like, if you do that, the NBA's feeling is that it's the most reckless thing to do, and that you're letting everybody leave the system of flying from game to game and what they're now doing with like sort of house arrest and just letting them go spend 10 days on vacation basically. And I thought that was an interesting point. Like you are going to incur a lot more risk. Like you just saw Kyrie, out maskless and doing all this shit. And so, yeah, like I have mixed feelings on it. I don't feel great watching it. And I know that they entered into an agreement to do it anyway. And the league's perspective, like Woj said, is, 4 or 5 teams have really, hard problems with it right now, including our team. And that, that means that the most teams, the majority of teams do not. And so they're going to keep doing it because there's a lot of money on the line. They're going to keep trying to like thread this needle. The vaccine is right around the corner. A lot of people are getting it now that deserve it. And, like they're just trying to like get by, and I get what they're trying to do, even though it's messy and uncomfortable. I just will say it's an easier thing to talk about and to watch and to follow this than it is college sports for obvious reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the amount they're getting paid, but at the same time, it's still human lives we're talking about. And I wonder, are there anybody else? And I'll even ask people in the chat. Like, we're going to start taking questions from the chat in about 2 minutes. So start throwing your questions up. Do you guys feel guilty watching / enjoying the product? Or is this just because, you're part of Heat Beat and it's just something that you need to do anyway? For Parrish, we're part of Light Skin Opinions and we've made this partnership with Heat Beat. Like, do you feel guilty watching this? Or is it just like, hey, listen, I have to go to the store and these motherfuckers in Publix at the cash register, they got to go to work too. So we're all doing it, like, so Moose, like, how do you feel about watching these games?
Look, I mean, it sounds terrible. I don't feel bad about it, honestly. Like I was talking about it with you guys off the air. I go to an office every day. I'm dealing with this just as best as I can, like everyone else is. And the players decided to do this. They signed up for it. They're in a much better spot than we are in terms financially. Not all of them, but for the most part. So if the players signed off on it and they're going to do it, then, I'm going to watch and I'm going to support. Now, does that mean that I think they should be playing right now? Absolutely not. I think it should be shut down for a little while. But I'm not Adam Silver. I don't have any money invested in this.
Parrish, I mean, I know you haven't watched a ton of basketball this season, but is it out of guilt or just the fact that you got a family and your kids be hungry and shit?
Yeah, I just be out here hustling, dog. I mean, I watch basketball. You saying I watch ball?
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
But no, I don't. Why would I feel bad about it? Like, they signed up. They want to play. I'm gonna watch. The whole reason they're playing is because they want us to watch. So the advertisers will give them money, so they play. Like it's the vicious circle of business, what they do. I don't feel bad at all. I don't think they feel bad for playing. Anybody that doesn't want to play, they don't have to. So no, I don't feel bad. I don't.
It's hard for me, because I what I'm saying. I went to Publix today, and the dude behind the counter making $12.50 an hour, he out here working. So it's hard for me to feel bad for the NBA players, but I also feel like they're in Publix, they're not asked to run around without a mask on all day and just be like, hey, don't be around anybody for 15 minutes. Just move quickly. You know what I mean? Like, at least there's some safety protocols at Publix. Like, I feel like on a basketball court, there's no safety protocols, Tiffany. Like, is there something to be said for that? Like, we all day, we are asked, we have Uber drivers, we have supermarket workers, we have delivery drivers. There's people out there all day. Like, I work from home. You know what I'm saying? I'm privileged in that aspect. But we have people all day risking their lives, basically risking the chance of getting this disease to give us services. So should we feel bad for the NBA players, or it's just like it is what it is, and in a capitalistic society in the age of COVID?
I mean, it could be, it could be two things. I think for me, I kind of was like, listen, they want to play. It is what it is. Where I got concerned was once I was, thinking, oh, the Wizards, they don't look too good. Every team they play, something's happening, that they actually let the games continue. That's when I kind of side-eyed the league, just like, if it looks like the Wizards and it smells like the Wizards, maybe it's the Wizards.
For real.
Good job, Brad. All right, so let's go ahead and start taking some comments from the audience.
Cool.
Like,
can I just chime in real quick? First of all, that was a great point, but let's just hit him with a drip drop real quick.
Oh shit, I'm almost out.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're ready for questions.
Yo, you do act like people are forced to work at Publix too, bro. Like, people don't have to show up to work if they don't want to.
Bro.
Like, I'm just saying, like,
what happens?
I know people that quit their job because they didn't want to go to work. I'm just saying, like.
All right, I mean, you want to pay rent and feed your family, like.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but NBA players are doing the same thing. Like, they're out there because they got to feed their families too. Like,
listen, we can go full light skin opinions on this motherfucker now. I'm just saying that. I can talk about how the fact that the government has failed.
Latrell Sprewell, I got to feed my family.
Yeah,
the government has failed its fucking people, and people are doing whatever they have to do and risking their health and livelihood to make money when we should have been giving fucking stipends to just stay the fuck home. And the government failed us, and they continue to fail us, and they will continue to fail us until we all get a vaccine. And we don't trust these motherfuckers enough to get enough vaccines to reach herd immunity. So that's going to be on Light Skin Opinions tomorrow night.
So Brass wants to play the Magic Creative Content so bad just to tell you to shut up and talk about the Miami Heat.
I don't want to step on any toes.
My bad. That was my fault. I'll take responsibility for that. That was my fault.
No,
you want to do Big Mad? I don't know if Parrish has imaging. We could do Alpha's Big Mad right now, but I'm trying.
I love it because that affects everything we're watching. Like you know what I mean? The last word I'll say is like I'm with Tiffany on this in terms of the way everybody answered it. Like you guys all answered it beside her as like a black and white issue, as like yes or no, you feel bad and you watch it. And to me, it's like it's both things, man. Like everything we're all doing. Like yeah, like I can feel bad and I can watch it. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't think you have to separate those two things necessarily.
Yeah, like myself, I'll step in real quick. Like I personally, I think they should pause the season and let shit reset for a while. But as long as the season is going on, I'm gonna continue to entertain it. It's like if you come up to me and you're like, you know, hey, Meat, do you know how they make hamburgers and what yeah, if I sit and watch that, I'm gonna be mortified. But you know what? I still love the fucking taste of a hamburger.
Yeah.
So like you're not gonna get me to stop it. It's like if the content's gonna be there, I'm not gonna like not watch it if it's going on. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm not making a moral objection to watching basketball, but I do feel some of the things that Ryan is saying where there's a guilty feeling about some of this stuff. It's just like it's almost like when I order like, you know, when I order like Instacart and I'm like, I could have risked my life. Why am I asking this motherfucker to risk his life? And I'm like, because I get paid enough not to risk my life. And then I feel like an entitled asshole. So like it's a domino effect of fucking anxiety and shitty feelings, which is what 2020 has been, and now 2021 you just mix that with insurrections and coups and shit. So listen, everyone thought 2021 was going to be better. Not sure yet. Do we have any questions here from everyone? Just making hot takes. There's no questions.
Yo, who was the Heat's leading scorer tonight?
I think it was Tyler Herro.
Who was it?
Who was it?
Drip drop. I made another drink.
Parrish loves this the most, but he walked into the chat not knowing who Drip Drop was. He entered the chat asking. That was your first words.
Do. But no,
I'll never forget.
Now that you do, you're obsessed and you love.
I'm obsessed with it. I'm trying to get Moose to say his name whenever possible now.
What I did,
Drip Drop? Talking about Drip Drop? Yeah, let's try Drip Drop.
Drip Drop. What I did this time is I
can barely read the comments anymore, dude. Like
I brought my alcohol with me, so I don't have to like leave to go make another drink. It's the smartest / dumbest thing I've ever done. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more of this political shit, check out LSO tomorrow night on the Light Skin Opinions YouTube channel. I'm gonna make Ryan come on with us so he can just get further in depth, and he can probably slander Wawa even more.
Alf, I know you told me specifically, like you're like, do not have Johnny ask any questions, but he did like pay for this.
Oh, he paid for the question?
Yeah, what a loser.
Honestly, I still don't want to answer the question, even though he paid for it. Take it off. Give us another question. Yeah, fuck him. Keep paying. I got a good Miami Heat Mind 98 has a good question. Put that one up. I'll start Cortez. This is a fantastic question. In the middle of a pandemic, because we're gonna keep fucking breaking down Gabe Vincent tape. Like, come on.
I love this. You know how my mind works. I don't mean to hijack this, but I prefer to do this kind of talk.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes left. I don't want to keep talking about Gabe Vincent versus Isaiah Joe. And Isaiah Joe sounds like a character from Mad Max. That's all I could think about all night. And then he hit a 3 and pissed me off. But is 20% tip on Instacart an adequate tip, Cortez? They're risking their fucking lives going through Publix or Aldi or even Wawa to get you your voodoo chips and shitty hoagies. Like, is 20% enough?
Yeah, no, but this question is not like something you can answer flatly. It depends literally like on how much money you make and how much you can afford to tip somebody. That's the answer. But like, yeah, of course, I'm going to always be in favor of, especially like in the pandemic, like in tipping more and tipping as much as you can and as much as you can afford. But yeah, I mean, most people are going to tell you that the starting point on like, if you can afford it is 20%. But I'm also not here to like shit on somebody who can't afford it and is going to tip $5 or is going to tip X amount, or whatever they can afford. Like that's part of the inherent thing. And that's also part of like why those enterprises are shitty. And like, Grubhub is shitty for not giving money to those people. So it's a complicated answer. I'm not giving you a great answer necessarily, but
that's a fantastic
That's
answer.
what it is. It depends like what you can afford to give, but you should always try to give as much as you can, like especially now.
That's why I'm drinking Bud Light. I've been sipping too
by that.
much.
Like that's been an objectively bad beer. I'm sorry.
No, there's no excuse for you drinking.
That's some like Myers
Listen.
Leonard shit. Like some Coors Light bullshit.
Listen, assholes. When I was 6 years old, this is the first thing I ever had.
But that's okay. But you should evolve into better shit. You shouldn't stick to the first one you ever had.
You're not drinking Natty Ice, so I mean.
Oh, I had that too. Listen.
That's a very small step above, though. I mean,
but it's a step above.
I can enjoy a fine drink, but I also know who I am and where I'm from. And is it.
I'm giving Tiffany a pass on this because she's had the hard shit on here. But what I'm really curious, Ryan, what's your take on hard cider?
I mean, it's fine. It's not like in my top 5. I'm not drinking hard cider. Like, I don't care. It's fine. No disrespect to hard cider. It's fine.
No, much disrespect to hard cider.
Disrespect the Bud Light, though.
Right. That's my point. I'm more willing to slander like Bud
I'm coming to Red Hook.
What I need to understand is why are you drinking? Like, why were you drinking at 6 years old? This seems to be a thing you need to talk about with your therapist.
Yeah. It's a bigger problem.
Like, we need to have a conversation offline about why you were drinking Bud Light at 6 years old, and then also why your parents didn't give you better beer, like a Heineken, something better than that.
Sitting in the back of an F-150.
Were you at the protest at the Capitol? I feel like I saw Tiffany in the back of a truck drinking Bud Light and fucking hitting the cop with a flag. Like, question. I'm gonna go to Moose. Is Gabe the new Kendrick Nunn? Is he getting rotation minutes going forward?
I hope so. Hey, I saw enough, man, and I haven't seen anything of Kendrick Nunn this year that makes me want to play him.
Why you got to be the new Nunn, though? We don't want the new Nunn.
Because they both black and small.
I'm just gonna keep moving. I think drip drop. Let me drink one more.
Okay.
She was trying to box Alfred, and Alfred was delighted by it, and did not want to be boxed.
But I there you go, Brass. I like that. Ooh, Brass going strong here.
Shit, bro.
I gotta edit this shit at the end.
Would have drip dropped that back. Is that what I did?
I'll still have.
My God,
I'll have better.
That's my guy right there.
All right. But I will say, give me more. Who are we talking about? Give me more
Gabe Vincent. Do we need more Gabe Vincent minutes?
Parrish.
More Gabe Vincent.
All right. Yeah.
Hey,
honestly,
is Chris Silva. You had me drinking a lot. Chris Silva. Okay, Alf. You saw my comment earlier. Is that a little off base for this?
What, the Chris Silva?
What, like the moment Chris Silva started sucking?
Oh my! No, you can't do that. You can't say that.
What kind of producing is that? What?
No, he literally said in the group chat, Chris Silva hasn't been good since the Heat brought his mother from Africa.
That's it. Well,
so now we've just laid it all out there. Okay, great.
Yeah,
glad we're here.
Oh, fuck it. It's 38 minutes in. Nobody's still watching. Actually, our views are as high as they were all day. Oh, anyway, we're gonna fuck. Brass, you're a terrible person. Like Brass is against reuniting families.
Can I
I'm
I just want
for that, but I'm just saying, like, ever since, like, it's just never.
What are you doing?
He cut himself off.
I like to laugh during a pandemic. Cortez, where was the last place you got some croquetas? I said that shit dope too. I think I did. I had a little Spanish flair on that bit.
Okay, let me quiz you. Tell me how to say I'm gonna tell it to you in English. You tell it to me in Spanish. Breaded steak.
Beefsteak something?
You're close.
Pan con beefsteak?
No, that's a sandwich. Try to think of a meal. You're close.
Breaded steak?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that shit.
Bistec empanizado.
Oh yeah, come on.
You're close.
Chill.
You're close.
Chill. I'm level 1.
He wasn't that close. I appreciate what you're doing for him.
I was like pan con beefsteak. I know that one.
And I'll tell you something. It's as delicious as it sounds.
No, the Cuban food in New York is fucking terrible. It's shameful. I walk around places that have signs that they're trying to sell to white people about Cuban sandwiches, and they have like lettuce in it and mayo and chickpeas. I've tweeted about that. You can find. I'm not even making this up, even though it would be funny.
I second that. I live in New York. I second that.
What part of New York are you in, Brass?
I'm in Westchester now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were in Westchester in Miami. I'm sorry.
So did I. I was like, damn, you're close.
Man.
Got it.
I've been up here, man. I've been up here for 19 years, 20 years, even. Shit.
Yeah. No, the Cuban food's terrible. Which is weird because New York is, has ethnic food of all kinds. It has great Dominican food and Jamaican food, everything else, but they have horrible Cuban food.
So where's the best place you've had croquetas? You can include South Florida.
Well, the best place is La Canaria, but I mean that everybody knows that.
Yeah, say that again because I don't know what that is.
You have to say it really quickly, like as if you can't. Like this is some Chris Cody shit where you're just trying to like La Canaria, but you have to say it like try it, Alf. Go ahead.
Maybe if I wasn't drinking.
Wow.
Try again.
La Canaria.
What?
La Canaria.
La Canaria.
Hey.
You're getting closer. You just sound like a gringo, but now you're starting to get like
you just spoke like
you want me to start fucking. I can start spouting Creole shit, and let's see if y'all can fucking say that shit too. Somebody say that shit quick. Go. Go.
I'm not here to play your game. I'm just here to make you look stupid on my game. This doesn't help me.
I'm not taking that bait.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like you treat me as Spanish one. Okay. So everyone knows Cortez's favorite place to get croquetas. All right. What's another question somebody has out there? Somebody said that griot though. Yeah, you spelled griot wrong, but yeah, I feel you on that. Sakbase to all my Haitian out there. Somebody just gave me a bunch of clown pictures because I couldn't fucking pronounce shit right. Listen, I'm drinking. I'm drinking, and you asked me to speak another language.
Who dropped 34 points tonight?
Drip, drop. Sorry, my Wi-Fi's drunk. I was on a delay.
This is Parrish's first and last time on Hangover Time.
Gotta make it count, baby.
Hey, someone said they didn't know Alpha's Haitian. Let go. It's a fucking. Oh, maybe you're not on Twitter. There's like several Haitian flags next to my name. I represent hardcore. I have to because apparently I don't look Haitian because I'm light skinned.
They paid for this question. Can we fucking get to this question already?
Oh, someone paid for this? Shout out King Mobs Gaming. What's that about?
Just read the question, bro.
King Mobs, I need you to have a better name. I love you though. Do you guys think Spo doesn't like when his centers shoot threes, Bam or Precious?
Yeah. Have you thought of renaming yourself Oedipus?
Oedipus. It's called Oedipus. Moose, I'm gonna go to you because you're like, I don't even know if you're the most sober one here. I mean, Cortez is the most sober one here, but he doesn't even want to talk basketball. He just came out here to talk shit with me.
I never want to talk basketball. I'm here to spread propaganda.
So, do you think he doesn't like when they shoot threes?
I didn't even know what the question was. From the centers? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. He hates it.
Okay, that's a terrible answer. They liked when Myers Leonard shot that deep three.
But he was playing power forward.
No, fair enough. Yeah. In general, I don't think they like that shit. But sometimes they do.
But I think
Myers Leonard,
because you got to keep the defense honest with that. Like you need that at least as an offensive weapon that you can, use to your advantage. Have them scheme for it.
I think what Spo,
I don't even know what we're talking about.
I think what Spo likes is good shooters shooting threes.
Well, yeah, and Myers Leonard, his best shooting is in Call of Duty.
No, he has those TikTok trick videos where he loses.
His wife does.
Where he loses horse to his wife.
Let's talk about the bass in his voice. Like I played a clip for Bomani one time of Myers Leonard. He was just like, "Whoa!" Like he's got a lot of bass in his. Like he was taken aback by it. Where's right? Like I don't know what to make of that.
Bro, also, you hear at the arena, you hear him from the bench.
Yeah, clapping and shit. Yeah,
let's go, calling out defensive schemes and shit. The only thing I wish is that he could actually do those things.
Exactly.
Oh, what?
Oh, what are we doing to him, Brass? Actually, this is fine. Keep standing for the anthem. We're gonna keep doing this.
That's when he gets killed in Call of Duty.
Is that what he hurt his shoulder?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the last.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that last.
That
game.
was the last game.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that last game because Brass had to do Hangover Time. I didn't really give a fuck about the game. I watched it from my phone.
You definitely didn't give a fuck about Hangover Time that night.
I did not. And honestly, everybody was like, "This show is great when Brass hosts." I'm like, "Fuck you, viewers." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
He tried firing me, but like the last thing you want to do is fire your own producer. Like, no.
No, the problem is I fire you, and then Gianni is the producer again, and then
You're lucky. You are lucky. I hate Gianni as much as you do.
it's gonna be called Hangovert.
A Raptors post-game show.
Alphon Sydney.
Hangover Tame. Hungover Tome. No, I didn't let you host. Yo, the first like 2 episodes of Hangover Time, Gianni would not shut the fuck up. Like my girl watched it, she was like, "Who's the host? You or him?" I was like, "Yo, that shit emasculated me so fucking bad." My girl was like, "You just gonna let that motherfucker host your show?" I was like, "Damn." I'm like, "Hey, you supposed to be on my side?" Like shit.
We got to bring him on. Let him come on right now.
No, it's okay. It's late. Nobody wants to hear anybody yelling about fucking Raptors and anime. Like nobody wants that.
Also, Raptors are fucking garbage right now, and I'll take the time to say that every show.
That's enjoyable. All right, I think we're getting towards the end because G spelling my name wrong in the chat. Everyone's kind of fucked up because Moose keeps saying
Drip drop.
There we go.
He's had so much shitty whiskey. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Fucked up.
That monkey whisker shit.
I literally just bought this bottle yesterday. Like, I'm not even kidding. This was all tonight.
I honestly had to go buy a bottle of vodka because I was killing a handle of Crown for no good reason. Like there was not a reason. Like there hasn't been a game in a few days. Like
yes. I like alcohol that tastes like something. That's my take.
Is that monkey paw shit?
Well, I don't know. It's just not vodka.
Monkey shoulder.
Like,
how can I get a deal if you keep
like
messing up the name? Monkey shoulder.
Okay, enough with this crappy whiskey. Alf, your photo with the 45 Crown bottles that you had on the counter, was that something that you like took out and then you were like, oh shit, this is too, like I should take a picture. I can't believe how much I had. Or you went into it with like, I need to show people. How did you stumble upon that photo?
No, somebody was, I forget what it was. There was like a whole conversation. I was like, I have enough Crown bags to make a quilt. And somebody was like, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, bitch, I do. And I took them all out and I laid them out. And honestly, I've never felt so bad about myself in my life. And here's an untold story about that picture. Okay. So that picture it had to be, Ryan, it had to be what, 30 Crown bags?
Yeah. Alarming amount. Yeah.
An alarming amount. It's like 30. That is since March. Because March, I gave all my Crown bags to my girl's mom to actually make a quilt. So the ones I have now are from March. So listen, if anybody wants to pay for my intervention, like go ahead.
We actually started Hangover Time as an intervention for Alf. But then we're like, we might be able to make a little money off of this. So let's
yeah, let's just keep doing this shit till my liver falls out my ass. Is kind of the whole precedent. But yeah, like all those Crown bottles are from March 2020 till now.
But you're still drinking Crown after that photo. You act like you're ashamed, but you still bought some more Crown after that.
No, I'm ashamed of how much I drink. I'm not gonna stop drinking Crown. Like, and if fucking Sky Vodka had fucking bags, it'd be really on. Like, you would see some shit. But I also
had to Ryan. I just want to say hi.
Oh my god!
Oh god! This guy.
How did he break through?
Who let him in?
Jesus Christ! I didn't even let him in. You literally hacked the fucking stream.
That's that. Those are those anime skills.
Hey, I was looking at stats from the game, man. Y'all never guess who was 12 for 26 tonight, man.
Let me guess. Get my boy Drip Drop.
Hey, Gianni, just for that, you're fucking editing for me tonight.
Yeah.
You guys should put out the clip just of him interrupting. Those like 8 seconds, the worst 8 seconds that we had.
Yeah, it was mostly. Can we get some Precious highlights?
It's got to be with his hair flowing though.
Look at this. Look. Bang. This thing, I mean.
Look at those twists.
Look at that bounce. I'm with you. Yeah, man. Look at that.
I'm telling you.
Look at that. Look at that.
Right.
He came out here with the leave-in conditioner.
Look at that bounce.
Man.
You see that bounce right there?
Yeah, man. My man came out here with the leave-in conditioner.
He was like, I'm starting tonight. I'm about to hurt these hoes out on the court.
You can say niggas on here.
I know.
After 5 minutes, you can say whatever you want.
He already said it in the first minute.
I did say it earlier, man. My mom would be so disappointed in me too.
A Christian said we can't curse within the first 5 minutes, and I don't think I've accomplished that once. Like first of all, the intro takes like a minute, and then I introduce everybody. I still say
he
motherfucker.
Really told you that? I would just try to curse like on 458 just to piss them off. Like, what is the arbitrary nature of 5 minutes?
No, we're fucking up our money. The problem.
That gets in the way. Yeah,
this is everybody's money. Like, we all draw from the same pool. Like, I should to be a team player, I should stop saying motherfucker within the first 5 minutes. But I don't think I've accomplished that yet after like 10 games.
Is that a joke question?
What is it? What do you all think of the Democrats using the budget reconciliation process to strong-arm student loan forgiveness through a likely Republican filibuster? What are your thoughts on possible Biden judicial nominees to the Ninth Circuit? That's a fucking very good question, Curtis Hierro. And I'm going to go to Moose on that.
Listen, I'm really glad that we're going there. I think it's an important discussion, and I'm happy that we're having it. Drip Drop.
That's my guy. I'm coming back to Hangover Time just for Moose, man.
Good.
Ryan, I feel like you got topics, man. Like, honestly, we're over 50 minutes.
I know. What are we doing?
We got like another 30
the game went into overtime tonight. We can go into overtime. Who cares?
I'm happy. Let's do it.
We got like
topics?
another 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Give me something you want to talk about. Like,
did you guys see Rohan's tweet during the game?
What was Rohan's tweet during the game?
Our boy Rohan Nadakarni. Let me give him some shout from Sports Illustrated. He was saying that what was it? I wrote it down so I could bring this up. That Spo enjoys coaching 8 people more than he enjoys coaching the big 3. Which I think is true, like just in general, the way Spo's wired. This is terrible producing. I don't know what Brass is doing. He wants to show off his Photoshop.
I don't have anything else to throw up. So
Iggy in the back looks hilarious, by the way.
Give me 20 minutes. I'll be throwing.
Anyway, I think in nature, I just agree with that sentiment as a fan. Like last year's team, even though it didn't win a championship, for those same reasons that Rohan's saying in the tweet. Like I enjoyed last year's team arguably over teams that won it all. Just for those like gutty culture reasons,
Tiff.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Tiff. Tiff, what topics you got?
No, not even that. I want her to talk about that. Like Spo coaching a team full of like G leaguers and a couple of some rookies, a vet like Andre Iguodala. Like, is that not his fucking dream? Like, I feel like Spo be coming out of his fucking shell on that shit. Like, he loves that.
Well, because the majority of the team, they're really young. So Spo gets to actually like input his knowledge without a lot of people probably interrupting, thinking they know more, thinking they know better. And he looks like he's actually having fun. He didn't look like he had a lot of fun with the big 3, to be honest.
No. It looked like a chore. Last year he looked. You know what I noticed tonight, Ryan? And I asked Parrish. You saw the game. Like the way he was actually like physically coaching. Like he was like running up and down, throwing. Like he only does that like during heightened moments of like real games. But like tonight, he was doing that in like the third quarter, and with 8 minutes left. Like he was coaching his ass off tonight because he didn't have a Jimmy Butler on the floor. He didn't have a Bam Adebayo on the floor. Is that Tony Fiorentino?
Okay, like this is like really good producing actually, but the problem is if you listen to this as a podcast, that's really useless producing because like you don't get the visual. But I get what
You
you're
didn't
doing.
have to bring it up at all, Ryan.
No, but you know
Come on,
I'm
let
an
it
annoying
fly.
guest. Like that's what I do. I do like annoying shit.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
that.
You know what the funny thing is, Ryan? Like the Hangover Time podcast gets crazy downloads as a podcast, which I don't even get because there's so much visual shit that goes on with this show. But whatever, people like to fucking watch.
Whatever, it works great except for like 17 seconds. Like
where we're just giggling at something that Brad
The 17
puts up.
seconds that I point
where
out.
I throw up shit like this. Like who cares?
Wow.
Who cares?
You know, I work out.
Lifting that crown bottle's hard work, huh?
It is.
Oh, can we talk about your dog? I love your dog, dude. Layla, is that her name?
Nyla.
Nyla,
She's right
excuse
here.
me. What a good pup. I'm glad you got her a nice bed. She deserves a good bed.
There she is.
This is more terrible podcast content.
Look
Oh,
at
wow. She doesn't care that you yell. What a good pup.
It's exhausting.
Unlike
her.
Musibay.
No, she's
Yeah, I know. I got to
She's
keep my
sweet.
mic off constantly. She doesn't shut up.
no, she does not move. Nyla. Look, you see that? Nyla.
This is terrible content. What do we do?
No, but I just want you guys. I want you guys to see what kind of guard dog I have. Nyla. I'm being attacked by an intruder.
If people are still listening, they get the show, Ryan.
Yeah, what do we do?
No, that.
Nyla, I'm being stabbed. Nyla, there are people coming to kill me. Guard, help me out. Fucking 80-pound pit bull. She doesn't move. Fucking terrible. I was sold a lemon by the Humane Society of Miami-Dade County.
I got mine from the Broward Humane Society. Shout out South Florida.
You have a nice dog. Your dog. I see your dog on Instagram.
Drip drop.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, my game's gonna live on forever. Like this might be my only appearance, but my game will live on in infamy.
Why is
I
this
like-
Parrish's only appearance? He
I
should
love
be
it.
on whenever he wants.
I like Ryan's dog because like Ryan's dog goes to like dog parks and plays with other dogs. My dog goes to dog parks and tries to murder people and murder other dogs. Like I would love to like take my dog to a dog park and she plays with other dogs and shit. But like my dog tried to kill a dog in PetSmart the day I got her. Yeah, I don't know. You guys don't want to hear that story.
I know I could do a whole Ron McGill dog segment. I don't want to do it because I don't want to annoy people. This is not the place to do it. But yes,
For some reason, the views are like staying steady.
I mean, if they want to talk dogs, let's talk dogs. But
we can talk dogs. Like I
the
said,
thing with the dogs is you got a dog that's older, right? You got it from a Humane Society, probably at an older age, right?
She's 5 already when I got her.
So whatever happened to her from age 0 to 5 is, like a human, it's going to affect everything that she's doing now. You don't have no clue what happened to her, and so you got to like navigate that, and it's not as easy. This dog, she was 6 weeks old, when she was born at the pound. She had no trauma in her life. Like her mom was born in the pound, so she's essentially like a puppy. But so it's easier to train. So yeah, you're gonna have some stuff that to navigate. The easiest thing, Ron McGill segment, bring a dog like her, a good dog that's learned, that has no trauma, that can teach her, and then they can just sort of learn behaviors from them. But yeah, it's tough, man, because your dog might want to attack other dogs for a little bit.
Yeah, they found my pit bull on the streets of fucking Miami, so who knows what the fuck happened.
No, but good on you for saving her, man, and giving her a new life,
Yeah. She don't do shit.
Dog
though.
talk.
It's the Max
Guard me.
Truce said dogs.
No,
That
she's
guy,
the Mo.
Max Strus looks like a Boston Celtic, doesn't
No,
he?
Mo Harkless.
He
She's the
played
Mo
that,
Harkless of dogs.
Mo Harkless. I got something on Mo. You guys have played NBA
That's what
2K
I
this
meant,
year?
but I drank I had too many drip drops tonight. That's the more
Too many what? Drip drops? Did you
Too many
say?
what? Hey!
Guy with a shitty whiskey. and Brass just wasting his whiskey bottle away. Mo
Brass
Harkless
is
shot
falling out of
is
the chair.
the
rum,
most annoying
actually,
shot.
but thanks.
It's what? Rum?
Yeah, it's
Keeps
fucking rum.
popping in.
Yeah, it's a Don Q. I'm almost like 750 milliliters. Like this is I bought this yesterday.
Yeah,
Ryan,
that's not good, Brass. You
it's not
probably
good.
should. You probably
Johnny's-
should. You
This is
probably
gonna end with
should
you
finish it.
finishing the bottle tonight. Like
You
you're
should finish it
halfway
and start
through.
over because
You
right
should.
now it's
You
not
should.
good for you.
I mean, a half. What's that? Like 3/4 done. I mean, you might as well finish it. Start fresh in the morning, man.
Yeah, because right now, like that is just going to be a reminder of how much you drank tomorrow morning. So just get rid of it, throw it in the trash, and move the fuck on.
Between me and Solana, I'm drinking for 2.
There you go.
Cortez, you were about to say something about Mo Harkless' shot.
Now I want to pivot to making fun of Solana and all his
Please
selfies on Twitter.
do.
No, I like Solana. What is this? This is Tiff. Mo.
Tiff and Mo. Listen, no. Hey, you guys want to talk about something? Tiffany was recruited by Tennessee women's basketball and Pat Summitt to play Division I women's basketball. So like dead ass, like I had no idea. All I knew was Tiffany would come at me on Twitter with some really good basketball takes. I had no idea she was a real fucking baller.
We have 2 people that
we haven't even gotten to Siobhan yet.
Yeah, we have 2 people that like know what the fuck they're talking about, and the rest are shit posting.
Yeah. The rest of us are fat
cut off.
guys like pretending we coach a middle school team to know
You cut off on the word fat.
The rest of us are fat.
What happened?
You cut off on the word fat. Your screen just froze.
Yeah, well, honestly, nothing else I said after fat made it was important. So Tiffany, you got yelled. Tell us that when you got yelled at by Pat Summitt.
The first time?
Yes, the first time.
Yeah. Oh, my freshman year. So I went to camp at Tennessee, and I only wanted to shoot. If you give me the ball, I'm shooting it. Not passing it. I wasn't doing anything. She knew that. You invited me. So we were doing these scrimmages, and I was shooting the ball. I probably wasn't making as many as she liked. And the next thing I knew, somebody was just like walking behind me, yelling, pass the ball, pass the damn ball. And I was like, who's she talking to? Who's she talking to? Oh, me? Yo, embarrassing. Like 25 suicides or whatever y'all call them, killer drill suicides. And that was it. Did I learn my lesson? No.
You kept shooting?
Yeah. Shoot.
Did you shoot him in the ring of fire, Johnny Cash?
You an asshole, Brass.
Were you better than Mo Harkless?
Yes.
Could you right now 1-on-1? You versus Mo Harkless, who wins?
I'm taking me.
We all are.
Listen, this shoulder has been repaired 4 times, and I'm still taking me.
Ryan, what were you about to say about Mo Harkless' shot? Like, if you wanted to go in.
Man, like he just annoys the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to him. I'm sure he's a great dude. NBA 2K, like he's really annoying to use. Like he shoots like this. Like over here. It's hard to use. It looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie that I'm.
It's amazing how accurate 2K is.
Yeah, like I was about to say, that's his real shot.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you guys. This is my next point. Is that his shot? Because I'm not watching him a ton. Like like how we're talking about certain games I don't want to watch with guilt. When I'm watching, we're winning. I don't see a lot of Mo. Is that really how he shoots?
Yes, it is.
It's accurate.
1,000%.
Why is he on our team?
That's a really good question. The other question is, why are we still doing this show? It's been an hour. Honestly, I think it's because the fucking drip drop drinks.
God damn it! What was
that?
Fuck.
I want to thank everybody that tuned in for basically what amounted to a summer league game. We did some big fucking numbers tonight, which is I'm surprised. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in the show. Fuck, man, look at this shit. Fucking
clip that off, Brass. Just that part. Send it to me. I'll handle the rest.
Clip the Twitch chat. Trip. Oh my god. Clip that. Fuck. This fucking drip drop game is that's not good. We're not doing this ever again.
What did you say?
Well, I heard something. I heard something.
All right. We're costing brass money right now. But thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back Thursday night, given the Heat actually play another game. And even if they don't play a game, we will be here either way. And check us out tomorrow on the Heat Beat Twitch stream, LSO Sports. It'll be me, Chris, and Parrish talking some sports shit. We'll probably go way more in depth on some of this COVID stuff. My idea for having a stable full of COVID-free prostitutes for NBA players. I brought that up in the pregame. Listen, not going to get into it right now. I just thought it was a really good idea. Like, if you were an enterprising pimp in a shitty town like Cleveland, like, it's a whole nother story. I would just quarantine the stable. Anyway.
Essential workers with masks.
Yes, exactly. I would quarantine a certain group of entertainers for, NBA players coming into the city. You charge a premium. I'm just throwing that out there for Cleveland pimps that are watching the show. I know there's a few of them. But anyway.
You're talking about real drip drop now.
Yeah. That real drip drop.
Drip drop.
Oh, fuck.
Brass really wants to drink. Like you could just whisper. You could just say drip, and he'll take a shot.
I'm a man of my word, okay, Ryan? Jesus.
No, I respect it, brother. I love it.
I'm an entrepreneur by spirit, so I'm always gonna. If there's a way, if you're saying that NBA players can't have visitors and they got to test negative for COVID, I would keep some COVID-free people on the payroll for when the NBA players come into town. But that's a whole other story. We might get into that on tomorrow night on LSO Sports. After LSO Sports, check us out on the Light Skin Opinions YouTube page. That's where we're going to do our regular show. We'll talk about politics. There's not a lot going on in politics right now except for an impeachment and this and that and blah, blah. Do some pop culture, all that other good stuff. And then we'll be back here Thursday night. Whether there's a game or not, we're still doing Hangover Time because, shit, I like it. We're having a good time. I think you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much to Ryan Cortes. Like, you guys don't understand. I did this to Izzy the other night. I like to make these people that have supported me that really don't need to support me because I'm just a random nigga on Twitter. Ryan Cortes has supported me for 4 or 5 years at this point, where if I ask, hey, can you introduce me to this person? Ryan Cortes has introduced me to that person. When I say, can you get Justin Tinsley on Light Skin Opinions? Ryan Cortes has gotten me Justin Tinsley on Light Skin Opinions. Like, Ryan has been such a staunch supporter and just helping me out. And like when he doesn't really have to. And really one of the biggest guys like Ryan, guys like Izzy are the reason why I make sure when I see talented people like Tiffany, Siobhan, Joey, Moose, Frankie, like I really Brady Hawk, Royal Shepherd, even guys over on 5 Reasons. Like I want to make sure that I basically pass it along because guys like Ryan have done so much for my career. You know what I mean? Like it's been so helpful, and I just want to thank you, Ryan, and thank you for coming on this show.
No, I think you're a star, man. You know, for years, like I think you're a talent that people need to know about. Anything I do to help, Dan Le Batard has helped me. And anything I do to help, your community is something that I want to do. And I've told you guys, like every time I come on here and there's new voices, I've been watching you guys. And Tiffany, I told you guys before we taped, has made me laugh. I'm always tweeting Brady Hawk's reporting. Like Christian is the guy I'm putting in Google Docs for Pardon the Interruption and Around the Horn and highly questionable his info. And that's free info that you guys are giving. And most of you guys are a lot of like Latin and Black people, and that's important to me. And even the white people, like you guys are fighting to be the very best that you can, and you're not just being lazy fucking white people. And so I appreciate that and I respect it. And Alf's my guy. Like Alf is I've told him he's my favorite, and everybody should follow Alf, and everybody should be following Tiffany, and everybody on this Zoom chat should have as many followers as I do, because this is nonsense. Like I came up the same way all of you guys did, just a kid from FAU in Miami and trying to grind my way through. I just got lucky that Dan had started a radio show when I was younger and taught me some shit. So if I could help you guys in any way, I'm here. So salute. No,
you're the minister of heat propaganda. We love you. The way you got us through the bubble last year with the whispering at the club. That little tweet bit, like that shit was
killing me.
That killed me every fucking time. That shit was fire. Thank you, Moose. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Parrish, dark skin producer from LSO. Thank you, Brassjazz. As always, one more drip drop and we're out.
Drip drop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta work tomorrow.